damn, Eric Andre, welcome to St. Lucia. God damn it.
Sibon Dibon. Sibon Dibon. Sibon Dibon. Sibon Dibon.
Rum gets a bad reputation, man. People say it's unrefined, it's lowbrow, because they went to the Bahamas when they were 18 and they drank fucking Malibu bubblegum liqueur and barfed all over a dolphin. Enough! That's not the real shit. Rum, real rum, has been shaping the Caribbean since the 1600s. It's built economies. It's fueled revolutions. And with a little bit of lime and some sweet little Mississippi sugar, woo-wee, you got yourself a Tennessee Junebug. Rum's history is the story of Haitian rebels and Jewish refugees, which is also my story. So I figured if I get out of the States and come here to see where it was born, to taste where it lives, and maybe clear its name, we'd be getting somewhere. I'm in St. Lucia, and my God, it's breathtaking. Hey, we're on our way to the Chairman's Reserve Distillery, one of my favorite rums. This guy's gonna drink the whole distillery, watch out. What are all the misconceptions people have about rum?
That is not prestigious drink. Rum is an amazing distilled spirit.
Very prestigious.
It's one of the few distilled spirits that is absolutely tasty straight off the distillation system. If you ever taste whiskey that is not aged, you would spit that thing out in seconds.
This is my generous tester, Carlos. Drink as much as you dare him to.
Well, maybe I'm gonna drink quarter,
the
then I'm gonna dance. Non-stop on the ceiling boat.
Can I just buy a whole barrel and ship it back to the States?
We do have a program where we sell barrels.
Yeah.
The program is about to die.
Well, let me be there like the Grim Reaper getting that last barrel out of St. Lucia. And why do people think brown liquor gives them a hangover and clear or white liquor doesn't give them a hangover?
Fusel oils. Generally speaking, the spirits that are dark in color tend to have more fusel oils. A lot of that happens with whiskey. So that is why unaged whiskey has a lot of fusel oils and can give you a hell of a hangover.
Yeah.
Rum does not have that problem.
Wow, can't wait to drink it.
You getting a lab coat?
I'm trying, but he said I'm too fast. You do not want to drink out of this. What's the other big misconception people have about rum?
That it has sugar in it.
And why do people think that?
They think so because it's made from molasses, which is sweet.
Yep.
Mostly, or sugarcane juice, which is also sweet. And sugar cannot cross the distillation barrier.
Dangerous, yeah, I get dangerous.
Whoa. I wish I had a bigger belly so I could put my rum bottle on top.
I am dangerous, yeah, I am dangerous, yeah, go do I put my tassel, yeah, when the sun comes shining.
You go to the Caribbean and there's rum at every party, family gatherings, street fests. But rum began as a byproduct of sugar production on plantations. People thought molasses was just industrial waste. But it turns out one man's molasses is another man's treasure. That garbage was gold. And that means it's likely that the first people who ever encountered fermented molasses were enslaved Africans working those plantations.
Rum was created and invented by enslaved African people in the Caribbean.
Not exactly a party, but over time, the islands reclaimed rum as something joyous, something shared, something that sometimes makes you say shit like, smells like deep fried pussy juice. Carrie, where are you from?
I'm from Vauclin. It's not here, in the south of Martinique.
JM, he looks like he liked rum. His wife's more handsome than he is. Big vats, yeast, cane juice, water. How did you get this job? Because you were just like glug, 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 and they're like, you're hired. Oh, you like the smell of rum? Dun, 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 dun. Can I take a picture in there? Hey, I'm in Barbados.
Now this one dedicated to the girl with the angel face.
Barbados, one of the Caribbean's earliest rum powerhouses in the 1600s. The earliest mention of the word rum in reference to an alcoholic spirit shows up in a deed from a plantation here, which is why many consider Barbados the birthplace of rum.
The biggest misconception in rum is that it's made from sugar, because it's actually not made from sugar. It's made from molasses or sugar cane juice or sugar syrup.
People think rum has sugar in it.
Rum does not have sugar in it.
Rum has no sugar. It's the absence of sugar.
It doesn't beat it. If you're adding sugar, I always question why you're at.
Rum, like every single alcohol you drink, starts the process at a sugar source. But then yeast eats the sugar, craps out alcohol, and dies from the booze, leaving you with a beer or wine. When you distill that beer or wine, and you evaporate the spirit into its new form, you have liquor. And all those liquors, rum, tequila, vodka, gin, whiskey, and brandy, they don't have any sugar in them. Unless you add sugar and glycerin and other crap to it afterwards. But really, you don't have to add that stuff, because good rum without it tastes delicious. So to recap, rum naturally on its own has no sugar. Myth busted.
This is considered the world's oldest operating rum pot still. It's called a Rockley. It was out of commission for many, many, many years, and we refurbished it.
What is the biggest misconception people have about rum?
That all rum is the same. If you were a painter, rum goes from a white sheet of paper, and it has all the colors in between of the rainbow to dark.
The broadest spectrum.
This kind of girl that Mr. Players go up and down. Know you heard about this girl, her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch.
Jewish refugees fled persecution from the Inquisition in Portugal in 1492, and then again in Brazil in the mid-1600s. It was those nearly 2 centuries of living in Brazil that gave them expertise in sugar cultivation and processing. So when they fled to Barbados, Jews brought with them insane sugar production skills, and they went to work. So with help from displaced Jews, the Caribbean becomes the new sugar capital of the world. And we already know that where the sugar is being refined, molasses, that beautiful brown, not so useless goo, appears in hordes. So Barbados, king of sugar, thanks to the Jews, naturally becomes Barbados, home of rum. According to many, thanks to the African slaves working those sugar plantations. The earliest rums were called Kill Devil or Rum Bouillon. Some people think the name rum comes from that. Some people think it's from the Hebrew word to get fucking high. These Jews were getting lit. Rum, like so much of the best stuff, is tied heavily to displaced people, carrying their knowledge and culture across oceans. No one has done more with less than my ancestors on both sides, with the hope that the generations that follow could suffer a little bit less.
We're just gonna nose it, right? What you have to do is come at it very delicately, because there's gonna be so many ethanol vapors that are wafting up towards your nose. You don't wanna blow out your nose right at the start. So what I like to do is I approach from the top, not from down here, but from up here. And I keep my mouth slightly agape, because you want to breathe a little bit from your nose as well as from your mouth at the same time, so that you're encouraging some retronasal. Take a small sip to kind of prime the palate a little bit, not a big gulp at first. What we're doing there is letting the oxygen kind of interact with it a little bit. It's exactly like the opposite of shooting something, like you go boom. No, we're trying to hold on to this in our mouth for as long as we possibly can.
This isn't for rookies. This isn't for beginners. This is the highest alcohol by volume, ABV, I will ever sip in my entire life. It's 90.41% alcohol. I'm terrified. It's actually fucking delicious. But it tastes like salad. The Caribbean Rum Shop is both more than a bar in terms of cultural significance and less than a traditional bar in terms of the actual build. Sometimes they're little more than a handful of benches and a few shelves lined with bottles. Sometimes those bottles claim to contain clit hardener, which, by the way, does not work. Not on my clit. But rum has innate historical ties to resistance, and so do rum shops. Across the Caribbean, they became meeting places for those planning rebellion and talking about freedom. The only slave revolt in history to found a nation was planned by slave rebels in secret meetings where rum was served. That's Haiti. It's where my father is from. This is where rum comes from.
Rum. You see the smell?
You rolling?
Rolling.
Cheers. Holy Jesus Christ. Oh, it's like Everclear. That's like rubbing alcohol. I came down here thinking I was building an argument for people to drink more rum, but the longer I stayed, the more I realized rum doesn't need defending. It's been through empires and exile and revolutions. It's been through my digestive system. It's fine. Fine like wine, but it's rum. But in a different vein, I realized that the more I learned about rum, the more I understood other things. Really important, pressing, really human things. Because rum is what happens when forced labor, migration, and resistance leave something physical behind. Something you can taste and share and celebrate. And who wouldn't want a sip of that? As a Haitian man, rebellion isn't abstract. And as a Jewish man, diaspora isn't theoretical. And as a rum drinker, I lost my train of thought. With love, from the Caribbean, Eric Andre.